Police station.
Yeah, there is a reason. Yeah.
What is the reason?
Can you please identify yourself first?
Sorry?
Can you please identify yourself first?
I'm Sergeant Mark Coates.
Sergeant Mark. And show number?
Show number there.
5377.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm independent journalist. I'm gathering footage for a story.
You're an independent journalist?
Yes.
Have you got a press pass?
I'm independent. So.
Okay, you don't work for anyone then?
So do you know what independent
No, but
is?
as in, are you working for a particular company?
No, I'm independent. I work for myself.
So what is the purpose of filming today?
Just gathering some footage for a story, sir.
What's the story?
I cannot tell. I'm still working on it, so I cannot say.
But what is the reason that you're filming? Because this is a secure police building.
Yeah.
We also have to ask questions why people are filming.
Yeah, and I told you.
You said it's for a story, but you haven't told what the story's about.
I don't have to tell you what the story is about. I'm still working on it, right? So it's not finished. If it's finished, when I publish it, you'll see what the story is. But I'm still working on it, so I don't want to compromise my story.
You're not going to compromise the story, because I'm not. From my point of view, I just need to be happy you're here for the right reasons. Yeah. Because police officers and police buildings are potential targets.
From the moment the sergeant arrives, it is clear he is not interested in finding the facts. Instead, he seems more concerned with satisfying himself. He immediately asks the auditor what his story is about. When he does not get the answer he wants, he says, "I need to be satisfied that you're here for the right reasons." That is not policing the law, it is policing his own feelings. He tries to justify his position by claiming that police buildings are potential targets. However, that is a weak argument without any real evidence. If you stretch the logic far enough, almost anything could be called a potential target. The law does not allow officers to act simply because they feel uncomfortable. It requires reasonable suspicion based on clear facts. In this case, there were no such facts, only a sergeant who was unhappy with what he was seeing.
You have to be happy, the reason why you're here.
So how can I make you happy?
By telling me what the idea is your story is about.
I cannot tell you about the story. I'm just gathering some footage, so I'm an independent journalist, and that's it really.
But you've got a story in mind.
Yeah, I do have a story in mind, yeah.
So I need to know what that story is about. Is it to do with what the security is like around the police building, what the coming and going is?
I cannot tell.
Because the route we're going to go down is you're going to be stopped and searched under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, whereby we will seize your phone, we look at your phone and say...
It's going to seize my phone?
We can seize your phone if we feel we have to.
What grounds, sir?
Under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act.
But what grounds? What grounds
just telling you, let me explain.
Okay.
Under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, you can be stopped and detained and searched. And part of that search, we can look at your phone and we can see what photographs you've got.
Yeah, but
don't turn your phone off.
No, I'm not turning my phone off.
Turn your phone off, we will see.
No, I'm not turning my phone off.
So that's the route we can go down. I'm not saying we will go down that route. But at the moment, I'm not satisfied. The reason why you're filming here, you've told me it's for a story.
Yeah, I'm an independent journalist.
Yeah, tell me that.
Yeah.
But you can't tell me what the story's about. Do not turn your phone off.
No, I'm not turning it off. I don't want.
I'm going to seize your phone now. Do not turn your phone off.
No, I'm not turning it off. I don't want. No.
I'm going to seize your phone now.
I'm not turning.
I'm going to seize your phone at the moment under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act because you seem to be trying to turn it off.
No, just because I couldn't hold it. Please keep recording.
When the sergeant cannot find out what the auditor's story is about, he threatens to use Section 43 of the Terrorism Act. This power can only be used when an officer has reasonable suspicion that someone is involved in terrorism. There is no evidence here, no intelligence, and no facts that come close to meeting that legal standard. Instead, the sergeant tries to use one of the strongest police powers as pressure. Then, without detaining the auditor, he suddenly grabs the phone from his hand, claiming he believed it was about to be turned off. At that moment, he had no legal authority to take the phone. There was no arrest, no lawful search, and no warrant. Under UK law, taking someone's property without legal authority is unlawful. This is a clear example of police powers being misused. First, pressure someone for information. Then threaten them with legislation you cannot justify. And when that fails, simply take their property anyway.
Sir.
So, have I committed a crime?
I'm about to, right, we'll go down over it then. You're now detained under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act. You're going to be stopped and searched. Part of that, I need your details so I can check to see who you are, and we have the power.
But you're abusing. Okay, so if I don't give you my name, are you going to arrest me?
I'm not saying I'm going to arrest you. I'm saying you'll be detained. I've asked you the reason why you're filming.
Yeah.
You've told me for a story.
Yeah. I'm an independent journalist.
Which is fine. I understand that. But you can't tell me the story. So
I cannot tell you the story, right? Because I'm working on it. It's not finished yet, sir.
But you must have a concept.
Yeah, I'm just walking around and film in the city of London.
You're filming a police station.
Yeah, why not? I'm staying on a public, right? This is a public payment.
Yeah.
So you took my phone, right?
I've took your phone because I think you were trying to.
No, I don't want to. I just want to be filmed because I want to make sure what I'm doing is right. I'm not hiding. I want to keep filming. I don't want to stop filming. Please film me. Can I have? So you seize my phone, and I'm not happy with seizing my phone.
We haven't seized it. We've taken it off you.
Well, but it's not in me. It's not in me. No, I don't want to turn it off. I want to continue filming. Can I have my phone and continue filming, sir?
At the moment, you're detained under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act. Part of that is we are going to examine your phone for photographs you've been taken today and power to do that. It's under Section 43. And also, I need to do some name checks on you, so I need some of your ID.
When the auditor points out that his phone has already been taken and says he wants to continue filming in public, the sergeant tries to avoid the issue. He says, "We haven't seized it. We've taken it because we believed you were going to turn it off." That explanation makes no sense. The moment you take someone else's property against their will without legal authority, it becomes a seizure. Calling it something different does not make it lawful. The sergeant then reveals his real intention. The auditor is detained under Section 43 so the officers can examine his phone for photos and videos, claiming that this power comes from the same legislation. While Section 43 does allow officers to search for evidence related to terrorism, that power only applies when the original detention is lawful. In this case, no reasonable suspicion of terrorism has been explained. Instead, it appears the officer is simply looking for a reason to search a journalist's work.
Give you my name. Are you going to arrest me?
Not particularly, but we will make some more inquiries. The quicker we get your ID, the quicker we can check.
So if it is a lawful order, I give him a lawful order to give my identity.
Under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, you are detained. As part of that, we have the power to look at your phone and also do some checks on you and to search you.
Okay, but so is it a lawful order?
It's an order. It's a power.
I give him a lawful order. So if you give me a lawful order to give you my name and date of birth, I'm gonna give it, but under the threat of arrest. If you don't give me
a threat of arrest.
So if it's not under the threat of arrest, I don't want to give it.
Under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, we need to do some checks on you. Right. Shall I explain why you've been detained then?
Explain, what are the grounds?
Because you are seen outside the police station filming. As we've passed you, you're holding your phone like this, so we can photograph yourself, but clearly filming the gate. Part of that gate is a security pad, so I don't know whether you're filming to see if officers are pressing that to get access to the building. This is a police building. You gave a reason, you're an independent journalist and you're making a story. But you can't tell me the contents of that story, you can't tell me why you're here.
I told you.
You haven't.
I told you, sir.
The sergeant's reasons for using Section 43 are some of the weakest imaginable. First, he says the auditor is filming himself with the police station gate in the background. Because the gate has a security keypad, he claims the auditor might be recording officers using it. That is not reasonable suspicion, it is pure speculation. The keypad is visible from a public place, and the camera is not even focused on people using it. There is no law that prevents someone from filming something they can legally see from a public location. His second reason is even weaker. He claims the auditor refuses to explain his story or why he is there. But refusing to answer questions is not an offense. It is a legal right. Nobody is required to explain why they are in a public place or reveal details of their work just to avoid being treated as a suspect. Using someone's silence as a reason to search them is not reasonable suspicion. It is simply punishing them for exercising their legal rights.
One question, if you don't want to answer, you don't have to. Have you got anything on you that can harm me or harm
I don't answer any questions.
I'm Sergeant Mark Coates, warrant number 218.
Sergeant Mark Coates.
218186, attached to Southwark Police Station. You are
218186.
You are detained under Section 43.
I don't agree. I don't agree with any search seizure. I'm gonna file a civil claim against you because you're violating my rights. I'm staying on public property, peacefully exercising my rights to film in public. I've done nothing wrong.
I haven't seen you done anything.
What grounds do you have to believe I'm a terrorist?
I didn't say you were a terrorist.
So why are you using Section 43 of Terrorism Act if I'm not a terrorist?
Nice and calm. Because you are filming outside a police station.
But you said I'm not a terrorist, sir.
I didn't say you were a terrorist. I said you're detained under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act.
So do you think I'm a terrorist?
I didn't say you were.
Why using Section 43? You have to have reasonable grounds to believe I'm a terrorist.
Because you're seen outside the police station filming a keypad and officers going in and out.
But that's not real ground.
But in this current role, obviously, a lot of police officers are targeted by people who wish to do us harm.
You don't have reasonable grounds, sir.
This is the moment when the sergeant's entire case falls apart. When asked what makes him believe the auditor is involved in terrorism, the sergeant openly admits that he does not actually believe that. That is a major mistake. Section 43 of the Terrorism Act can only be used when there is reasonable suspicion that a person is involved in terrorism. By admitting he does not have that suspicion, he also admits there is no lawful reason for the detention. Instead of correcting his mistake, He simply repeats that the detention is under Section 43 without explaining how the legal test has been met. Simply mentioning the name of a legal power does not make its use lawful. Without reasonable suspicion, the detention has no legal foundation.
Rights with this search, I don't agree on that. I'm going to file a lawsuit against you. This is absolutely illegal what you're doing. I do not agree on searching my back.
You may not agree on it, sir, but I've tried to explain on occasions.
Yeah. I don't agree on that. This is unlawful search of my back. Unlawful. Sorry, what are you expecting to find, sir? You have to tell me what you're expecting to find from my back. Under Section 43 of Terrorism Act. What are you expecting to find, sir?
There may be evidence that you are using...
Like what?
If you're not going to keep talking over me, I'm not going to be able to explain to you.
Okay, you have to tell me before starting the search, actually. Can you tell me what you're expecting to find in my back and in myself?
I'll explain to you, you've been detained under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act because we have the power to search your phone and your bag and you for any article.
But you have to tell me. You have to tell me.
You don't want to talk or you do want to talk?
I just want to understand.
Any articles that you may use in the event of planning a terrorist attack.
Like what?
Any article. A camera, a weapon, anything.
The fact that the auditor has to remind the sergeant of the basic rules for a search is embarrassing, but it also reveals a serious problem. During the search, the sergeant is reminded that he must clearly explain what he is looking for before the search begins. This is not a courtesy, it is a legal requirement. Under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, and under all UK stop and search powers, an officer must tell the person what type of evidence they are searching for. This rule exists to make sure the search is lawful, transparent, and proportionate. If the officer does not explain what they are looking for, the person being searched has no way of knowing whether the search is within the law or has become nothing more than a fishing expedition. This version is simpler, unique, grammatically correct, and optimized for YouTube voiceover narration while preserving the original legal points. If you want, I can also make it sound more engaging and dramatic for higher audience retention.